Part 2. My stepmother and her golden children stole my inheritance to buy a mansion. I made sure they moved into a nightmare. The revenge. I waited. Not because I had to, but because timing matters, and nothing motivates bad people like an audience. When they announced a massive summer gala to celebrate their new chapter, the mansion, the money, Regina's sudden interest in charity boards, I knew it was time. White tents, string lights, catered food flown in from a city they mispronounced on purpose. It was all very tasteful in the way money always is when it doesn't belong to you. I didn't sue them. That would have been obvious, and honestly, too merciful. Instead, I used the ledger my father kept, the one Regina assumed no one would ever read closely enough to understand. The pre-death embezzlement was meticulous, arrogant, and incredibly well documented. I sent it to the IRS quietly, the way you drop a match and walk away. Their primary accounts were frozen almost immediately, which made the timing of the gala especially unfortunate. The second part was easier. My worthless marshland, the land Brad once laughed about and suggested I sell for beer money, happened to be the only access road to their new mansion, so I pulled a permit to develop it. Nothing dramatic, just paperwork, stamps, and a construction schedule. On the afternoon of their gala, just as their guests were arriving in black SUVs and shoes meant only for pavement, I had a crew place 3 massive concrete barricades across the road. It was beautiful. Regina came running out of the house in a silk gown clearly not designed for panic, heels sinking into the mud, screaming at the workers to move the trash. When she saw me leaning against my dad's old truck, smiling like this was exactly where I'd planned to spend my evening, her voice cracked. "What are you doing?" she yelled. "People can't get to my house." I told her, very calmly, that it was actually my land, and since they'd always been so passionate about legalities, she should know they were currently trespassing on a private construction zone. I explained that I'd implemented a temporary access policy, a modest $50,000 a day usage fee to allow traffic through during development. That's when it really hit her, because with the IRS having frozen her accounts, she couldn't pay it. Not then, not later, not at all. So her guests had to park a mile away and walk through the marsh, in linen suits, designer dresses, and shoes that had never encountered moisture with hostile intent. The valet quit halfway through. Someone fell, someone cried. One woman asked if this was some kind of immersive experience. Brad lost his mind entirely and tried to fight one of the workers, which ended with him in handcuffs and his name trending locally for all the wrong reasons. Chloe kept filming everything until the IRS seized her lifestyle brand inventory a week later as part of the embezzlement investigation, which turned out to be a rough look for a company built on authenticity. Within a month, the bank foreclosed on the mansion. Frozen accounts make mortgage payments tricky, and since I owned the only access point, the property was officially listed as unmarketable. I bought it from the bank at a 70% discount, moved back in, and put my mother's gowns back in the closet where they belonged. Before Regina left town, I mailed her a $10 gift card to a budget motel with a note that read, "Hope the scrap metal treats you well. I hear the gala tent is still in storage." They couldn't afford the pickup fee. Subscribe for more Reddit stories like this.